Welcome to In My Opinion 4, Time and Eternity. It's your wedding day, and all is going well. That is until ninjas attack! Or maybe it's monsters. Or maybe it's, yeah, you see where I'm going here. You play as the sweet and kind Princess Toki, who has a separate soul inside of her known as Towa, who's a bit more on the aggressive side. Both are just trying to get married to this blue-haired knight guy here, let's just refer to him as Salaz. However, crap keeps on interfering, resulting in both of you on death's door. So, Toki, being part of a time traveler lineage, travels back in time over and over to set out and find what exactly is causing this recurring incident, which results in Salaz's soul being stuck in their pet dragon's body named Drake every time. The overall plot itself is pretty meh. I just wasn't that enthralled by it, but luckily the cast is a bit more entertaining, and also got a chuckle out of the jokes here and there. Like a good pal Ricardo here who can't take a hint and bakes cakes that can almost kill you, a robot talking about how bad the comedy is, or Towa trying to do an impression of said robot.
There is no attack plan. Is she actually practicing?
We even get some nice fan service here and there. However, the relationship stuff with Toki Towa and their husband-to-be is more of the highlight of the game. We've seen them grow and talk to one another.
Talk about whatever you want. The topic doesn't matter. All that matters is I get to talk to you.
Okay.
Really, you can say anything to me. Just whatever comes to mind, you know?
Of course, Salaz is a big old perv at times, but still having a good heart. If you're curious, yes, there are different endings, one having to do with the affection meter and how you balance it.
Doesn't it embarrass you to say stuff like that?
Honestly, not really.
The combat system is more in line with an action jrpg. You have full control of Toki or Towa. You can shoot, slash, and dodge or you like. Casting magic will cost some SP, but simply attacking and dodging will fill it right back up. You can also trigger what's called chemistry when using magical attacks. Just do the right element attack after another. This will cause even greater damage. There are parries as well in the game. Just wait for the exclamation point to show up and bam, counter. Though you gotta watch out for your guard meter when blocking. It's right up there in the upper left corner. If it's drained all the way, your guard will break, leaving you stunned and wide open for a certain amount of time. You can also stay in the back or run up to your enemy for all-out assault, though some can push you away. There's also something called Final Attack Chance, or FAC for short, that lets you end the battle and sort of flash away. When you see the circle button pop up, just press it and watch the little cutscene. However, the game itself isn't clear how to achieve it. The instructions to say requirements differ. I personally just found it random. Drake is constantly with you, adding some tiny damage to the enemies, and if you're near death, he can heal you as well. Though you have no real control over him unless you unlock certain skills, the AI is smart enough to help you when needed. Being that this game is about time travel, you also earn some time spells from using combat while going through the story. You can freeze, speed up, and even reverse time. This comes in handy especially with enemies that don't let up and keep on being on top of you. When it comes to the difference between Toki and Towa, there's really not much. Just some exclusive skills. Towa is better at close combat and Toki's better at long range. The combat system itself isn't really bad. In fact, it's pretty fun and very responsive. However, it can feel super easy even when facing down a boss. This is especially true with magic, since after a short while it becomes your main source of attack, since how ridiculously powerful it becomes, and mind you, that's just the beginning spells. There are much more powerful ones later on. The enemies can stop your magic attacks midway and even knock you down draining all your SP, but you can quickly get it back. If by chance you do fall in battle, the game offers a retry option, so you can give the fight another shot. Also, if the combat HUD is bugging you, it can be changed with a push of a button. Of course, while playing the game, you'll be leveling up, and with that comes your skills. Toki and Towa for the most part have the same skill trees, minus some exclusive skills as mentioned. You can make both play pretty much the same, or make them completely different. What's great is both Toki and Towa get the same amount of gift points, GP for short, used to buy skills. So you don't have to worry about using Towa mode in Toki, or vice versa. And using GP for one doesn't decrease the amount for the other, making buying skills a non-annoying affair. What's kinda stupid is to unlock skills that you bought, you must level up first. Basically, if you want to, let's say, buy a skill you need to be level 10 and you're level 20, buying it right there and then doesn't mean you unlock it. You must trigger a level up first. Another note is that you can't pick who you want to use. The character automatically switches when you level up, Although you can get an item called peppers that allows you to switch all you want. It's just there's not a lot of them.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
By playing through the main quest, of course there's a crap ton of subquests which you can take on as many as you want at a time. This is where you be getting a big chunk of your GP from. They're basically kill X enemy, get X item, or just plain old talk. You have ones like helping out a fan magazine for assassins, helping a mom ghost with her son who's falling to the wrong crowd, or even one that has you trying to achieve some sort of fan service. Some can be kind of funny, but most of them meh. Thankfully the game keeps your quests nicely organized. It also shows them on the map so you will never feel lost or miss out on one. There's also warp spots all over the map you can activate, making going back and forth less of an issue. One of the things you may have noticed on the map is little hearts. These are event spots which you can learn more and watch the relationship grow between Towa, Toki, and Salaz. Some are character specific while others you can take either girl. The conversations usually ask you to pick an answer, raising your love stat with either girl. I found most answers gave me the same amount, but sometimes picking a certain one will lead to some nice pictures. Depending on your love stat, there's also a chance you can receive a special lunch item from either Toki or Towa when you leave the house. This also leads to love events happening at home, which will again lead to some nice pictures. You may have noticed the affection meter. Using Toki or Towa will lean it one way or the other. This comes into play when you're trying to get the third ending and have to keep it balanced. While you're at home, you can also chill and talk to the rest of the characters, and even receive subquests from them. Quick thing I forgot to mention. There are sorta random battles in the game. As you can see, there's a little meter on the upper left corner that fills while you're walking. Once full, a battle will begin. It doesn't fill up so fast, so you don't have to worry about the counter rate being ridiculously high. The characters themselves look fine, with nice designs and bright colors. There are some problems though, such as the dungeons. They're pretty flat and boring. Be prepared to see the same 3 areas with different color tints over and over again. It doesn't help that Toki and Towa look odd walking in these areas. It's like they cut out pictures of them and placed them in the background.
This place is so creepy. I feel like something could jump out at us at any moment.
Then there are the character animations. Look, I can be totally fine with some character images being used more than once, for example Omega Quintet. It's just with this one, it sometimes doesn't match with what's going on, and it comes off looking a bit spastic. The frame rate for the most part is fine, but there were some few rare moments where it did pretty badly. The voice actors do a good job portraying the characters, never sounding out of place or bored. But if you're not into the English dub, there's always a Japanese voice option.
Oh yeah! You two ended up actually taking a bath together, huh? Oh, how could you? That's highly inappropriate! I wish I could just beat you to death right now!
What's also pretty cool is that depending on who's in control, the dialogue does change. They could have easily been lazy and just cut and paste the same exact conversation, but they didn't, and made sure it fit when Toki or Towa was around.
You weren't supposed to ever hear those things. I thought I was just talking to myself.
Maybe, but still, it made me happy.
Is this really one of the worst JRPGs from the PS3 era? I would have to say no, but it sure as hell ain't amazing. The combat is pretty fun and you can customize the 2 characters to your style. It's just that most might find the overall difficulty way too easy, mainly because of overpowered magic attacks. Through my 35 hours of play I died only once, and that was me being stupid. While the characters are bright, colorful, and can be entertaining, you still have some of the presentation issues, such as the bland and repetitive dungeons. Also, don't forget a pretty meh story as well. For replay value, you have New Game Plus options, which allows you to pretty much bring everything over except your level and items. Though you're mainly playing New Game Plus for the third ending, as nothing else is added. I like the fact the game was trying to make an actual anime JRPG, but it's clear this project needed much more money and time. You may not want to say I do, but just take it out for a date. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.